Okay, a little help on Megalovania from Undertale and knowing what the hands are doing and putting them together is a little tricky because the rhythm's a little tricky. If you really know the song well, I don't think the counting is quite the thing because you know how that rhythm is supposed to go. It's a little advanced for a beginning student. So we have this. Okay, then we move our left hand down an octave and you can still go this and hold. And when you get good at holding it, then you can play it. Section. This is page 2. Your left hand's still going to be doing the same pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on a D, then a C, and a B, it's B natural, then B flat, back up to C, and that's the pattern that repeats. So let's learn the right hand because you can practice that left hand pattern. It repeats over and over. The right hand's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so that's the first little measure thing. And as you're putting your hands together, go ahead and just play one note in the left hand so we can get this. And then you can practice. Notice that the very first note is a quarter note. 1 and, so it has 2 taps here. 1 and. Okay, now we switch to finger 2 on the C. 1. We'll do that measure again. Okay, so it's helpful to practice just one measure at a time. Then we have measure 12. That's tricky because you actually change your left hand. We're stepping back up, so we're going back into that D pattern. Practice that. All right, so practice those hands alone. Then practice just getting one note so your left hand knows what it's doing. Then practice one measure at a time, getting the left hand to bounce. Okay, so there's several ways to practice. And this is just an arrangement. That doesn't mean that this is how the song was composed. The song was composed, it wasn't just played by the piano. So this is one way of playing it, and we can definitely change it, and it's going to be just fine. So if we move on to measure 13, then we have the right hand playing F and A. We have 1 and 2 and hand is just a D. So again, when you're putting hands together, just play one D in the left hand and let it hold while you're fingering the right hand. And again. And when you're really comfortable with that, you can. And you'll notice that the right hand does this very jazzy thing. The left hand just keeps the beat going. That's a tricky thing to do. Okay, and then the next measure, we're back on the C for the left hand, and we have that same. So this is the fingering I would use. I would have 1 and 3 on the F and the A, and then you're going to go to finger 2 on the G, finger 3 on the A, and finger 5 stretches to the D. Okay, so that's how I would play it, along with 1 C. And then when you want to try it with the bouncing C, I'll play it again. Then the left hand steps to the B, and the right hand is going to remember that we just played this D because we're going to use it. Okay, again. They call this a sequence in music when you have this pattern. 3, 2, 1, and then we have 3, 2, 1. I just moved my finger 3. All right, I'm going to play it with the left hand, 1 note in the left hand. All right, now I'm going to play the left hand bouncing. One more time. And then measure 16. Okay, so if I just hold the first note with the B flat and then the first note for that C where it's changing in 16. That sounds good. Not worrying about playing a lot of notes. And if you bounce the left hand,